Beloved one, listen carefully, for this is not an ordinary message. Heaven itself has paused for your sake. I, Michael, servant of the Most High, commander of the heavenly armies, speak to you with a trembling heart. I have seen the decree that was written over your life, and I have seen what was broken to bring you another chance. Someone in heaven, yes, one who stood before the throne, broke God's own order to save you. This has never been done before in your lifetime. You must understand how weighty this is. The laws of heaven are not easily bent. Every word spoken from the throne becomes eternal. Every decree set by God is perfect, unchanging, and complete. Yet for you, because of love, because of destiny, one of those laws was touched, shaken, shifted, so that your life would not be taken before its time. That is why I come to you now. That is why I cry. Because heaven has done something unthinkable, all for you. I have walked the corridors of the heavenly courts, and I have seen your name written in fire and light. It was almost erased by the hands of accusation, the hands of those who wanted to see you fall. The enemy whispered your faults, your shame, your failures, and demanded judgment. He believed he had won. But then, O beloved, one who loves you with a depth beyond human comprehension stood up. He pleaded for you. He said, Father, give them more time. They are not finished yet. The story is not complete. Heaven fell silent. Angels bowed. And in that silence, something sacred broke. The order that governed the cycle of consequence was interrupted. Mercy rushed like a flood into your life. This is why I weep even now. Because mercy this great comes at a cost. Someone interceded for you. Someone took the weight you were meant to bear. Do you feel it? The stirring around you, the invisible pressure on your chest, the chill in the air? That is heaven watching, waiting, for your response. Every angel assigned to your destiny is still. Every spirit that serves the throne stands in awe, wondering if you will hear, if you will respond, if you will open your heart. You were almost gone. You were almost lost to the storm that was meant to swallow you. But love interrupted. And I was sent to tell you, your life has been spared because there is still something in you heaven needs. You may not see it, you may not believe it, but you carry something divine within you, something that shakes darkness when you walk, something that hell cannot touch unless you give it permission. You have been under spiritual attack. You have felt alone, unseen, unheard. But every tear you cried became a testimony before heaven. Each tear fell like a seed on the altar, and those tears spoke louder than your words. That is what called us. That is what reached beyond the veil. There was a moment, only hours ago in the realm where time is nothing, when your destiny hung in balance. The enemy demanded access to your health, your peace, your mind. But a great light appeared. I saw the king rise from his throne, and in his eyes was not anger, but deep sorrow. Then he said, Go. Tell them that heaven moved for their sake. That is why I speak now. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. You are being watched, not in fear, but in divine hope, that you will awaken and walk in who you truly are. You have no idea the power that has been placed in your spirit. When you were born, the enemy saw your light and plotted from the very beginning to destroy it. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every loss was part of his attempt to dim that light. But each time you survived, you gathered strength unseen by you. You became dangerous to darkness. Now you stand at a turning point. The very reason heaven broke order was not so you could simply exist, but so you could rise. The decree was altered to give you one last window of mercy, one last opportunity to step fully into your divine path. I tell you truthfully, if you ignore this moment, it may not come again in this lifetime. I am not sent to scare you, I am sent to awaken you. Heaven does not waste words. When God's laws are shifted, something great is at stake. Someone you cannot see took your punishment. They bore your spiritual consequence. This is why I weep. Because mercy is heavy. It is beautiful, but it is also sacred and costly. There are scrolls written about you. In those scrolls are promises yet to come, relationships yet to heal, assignments yet to be fulfilled. You were meant to carry light into dark places, to restore hope to others who are breaking. But your heart was attacked before you could reach them. The enemy hoped to silence you before your voice could echo. You must understand, when heaven broke its own law for you, it was a signal to the entire spiritual realm that your purpose outweighs your past. There is something about you the earth still needs. The way you love, the way you feel, the way you forgive, it carries a frequency that heals others. That is why the attacks were so violent. Beloved, the time of hiding is over. You must rise. You must let go of the weight that keeps you anchored in pain. You must forgive those who hurt you, not for their sake, but to unlock what is sealed in you. Because right now, angels are surrounding you. They are holding your story in their hands, ready to release what was delayed. Listen to me. Heaven is watching your response. The Father watches your heart even now. Do not harden it. Do not turn away. For this is a holy moment. You were chosen to hear these words because the next chapter of your destiny cannot begin until you surrender the wounds of the old one. I see your future. I see the places you will go if you allow yourself to be healed. You will stand in front of people who have lost all hope, and your presence will bring peace. You will touch those who are broken and they will feel light again. You will speak words you did not plan and they will pierce hearts with truth. That is your calling. That is the reason heaven intervened. The one who broke the order, do you know who it was? It was Love himself. The Lamb that was slain before the foundation of the world. He stepped into your timeline once again and said, "Not this one. Not yet. Their time is not finished." I cried when I saw it. For even among angels, such mercy is beyond comprehension. Every law of balance, every decree of consequence, was stopped by one word, grace. And now, that grace hovers over you like a light unseen. It is waiting for your yes. It is waiting for you to drop your fear, your guilt, your disbelief, and say, "I receive what heaven is giving me." That single act will change everything. There are doors that will open the moment you align your heart with heaven's voice. People will come back into your life not to wound you, but to complete divine cycles. Opportunities that once slipped through your hands will return. You will feel peace returning to your body. The heaviness will lift. But it begins now, with your response. Heaven watches to see what you will do. Will you open your heart, or will you let this message pass like another moment of emotion? This may be the last time this message reaches you in this way. Not because heaven will abandon you, but because this level of divine intervention is rare and precious. You have been prayed for. You have been fought for. You have been loved in ways you cannot comprehend. The universe itself has bent to give you another chance. Rise, beloved. Rise from despair. Rise from regret. Rise from everything that told you that you were not enough. You are covered, chosen, redeemed. Heaven's eyes are on you. And I, Michael, promise you, if you choose light, if you choose to believe again, the gates that were closed will open. The tears you've cried will become rivers of healing for others. And the one who broke heaven's order for you will smile, for his love will not have been in vain. This is not the end. This is your rebirth. Beloved soul, you have walked through shadows that no one else has seen. The path beneath your feet has been carved by tears, yet even in those dark valleys, light has followed you. Every wound you thought disqualified you has become a mark of wisdom upon your spirit. You were never forgotten in those nights of silence. The angels that guard you stood beside your bed and whispered, "Hold on. Dawn is near." And now the dawn begins to break. Not the dawn of ordinary light, but the dawn that begins inside the heart, when a person finally realizes they are loved beyond their own understanding. This light does not blind, it reveals. It shows you that even the broken pieces of your story fit perfectly in the hands of the one who created you. Do you remember the moments you thought were the end? The times you said, "I can't carry this anymore"? Those were the very moments heaven leaned closest to you. I watched as invisible arms lifted you, when you thought you were alone. I saw the invisible grace that surrounded you like a shield. You didn't see it then, but it was real. You are still here because love refused to let go. That love has no name that fits in human language. It is the pulse of creation itself, the music that holds the stars in place. It sings through you even now, urging you to begin again. Listen, beloved, you are entering a new season, a season where peace will replace anxiety, where clarity will replace confusion. But this shift begins within. The moment you stop fighting yourself, the universe will stop reflecting chaos back at you. The moment you forgive, life itself will open like a door long locked. Do not look backward in shame. Every mistake, every wrong turn, every fall was part of the map that brought you to this threshold. Heaven does not measure you by your scars, heaven measures you by your rising. Let your heart rest for a moment. Close your eyes and breathe. You are safe. You are loved. You are watched over by the light that never sleeps. When you wake tomorrow, try to notice the small signs, the softness in the air, the quiet thought that tells you to hope again, the way an ordinary moment suddenly feels sacred. Those are reminders. Those are little pieces of heaven reaching into time to tell you that your story is still unfolding beautifully. And when you feel unworthy, remember this: mercy is never wasted. Grace does not run out. The same compassion that moved heaven to protect you continues to surround you in every breath. So walk forward. Hold your head high. Let the world see the light that was almost extinguished, because that light, your light, is needed now more than ever. Beloved, you have been tested beyond what your heart thought it could bear. You have been tempted to believe that the world does not care, that your efforts are in vain. Yet even in your darkest moments, you were never truly alone. The unseen ones, those who dwell in light, stood guard over your spirit, whispering encouragements you could not hear. The reason heaven intervened so dramatically in your life is not to punish, not to shame, but to prepare you. There is a path before you, one that will require courage, faith, and surrender. You will encounter situations that feel impossible, moments where fear will try to convince you to retreat, to hide, to doubt. But remember this: the same power that shifted the heavenly order to protect you is available to you now. It flows through your very being, unseen yet undeniable. I have witnessed the sacrifices made on your behalf. Angels of mercy, beings of pure light, and even the Most High Himself have interceded, creating openings that were never meant to exist. Your life has been extended, your purpose preserved, and your spirit shielded from the designs of darkness. And yet, this is not a gift to be taken lightly. It requires action. It requires courage. It requires that you open your heart fully and completely. You will see signs. They may appear as coincidences, moments of clarity, or sudden understanding. Do not dismiss them. Each is a message from heaven, a signal that you are walking in alignment with the plan designed for you. These signs are like the footsteps of angels, guiding you along a road that may seem uncertain, but is, in truth, perfectly aligned with your destiny. There are relationships that must be healed. Opportunities that have been delayed will now come forward. Doors that were once closed will open, and you will find yourself in places that reflect the true measure of your spirit. But these blessings require you to act. To speak words of truth, to show love even when it is hard, and to forgive when the past calls you to bitterness. Understand this, beloved: forgiveness is not for the one who hurt you, it is for you. Forgiveness lifts the weight that binds your spirit and allows the flow of divine energy to move unhindered through your life. It allows you to step fully into the calling that heaven has prepared. Without it, the gifts that have been preserved for you remain dormant, waiting for the moment you choose to claim them. You have been endowed with gifts that are rare and precious. Your ability to perceive truth, to bring comfort, and to illuminate darkness in others is not accidental. This is why your protection was prioritized in heaven. You carry within you the light that can ignite hope in the hearts of many. But to fulfill this, you must let go of fear, hesitation, and self-doubt. You may not yet see the full scope of what has been prepared for you. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed, when the weight of responsibility seems too great. In those moments, remember that you are not alone. I am with you. The hosts of heaven are with you. And the one who altered the heavenly order for your sake is with you. The time for action is now. You are at a crossroads where your choices will define not only your own path but the influence you have on others. Every decision made with courage, love, and faith will amplify the divine work within you. Every moment of hesitation delays what heaven desires to accomplish through you. Pay attention to your heart. Listen to the inner voice that stirs when you are quiet and still. That voice is the echo of heaven speaking directly to your soul. It will guide you, protect you, and lead you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. Do not ignore it, for it is more faithful than any earthly counsel, more trustworthy than any human advice. You are standing on sacred ground, beloved. Every step you take carries the weight of heaven's hope. Every act of courage you perform resonates beyond what you can perceive, touching lives in ways you may never see. This is the magnitude of the gift that was granted to you, the interruption of order, the intervention of grace. Your life now bears the mark of the miraculous. And so I say to you, rise. Rise from despair, from doubt, from fear. Embrace the fullness of your being. Open your heart to the divine guidance that surrounds you. Let the light within you shine without restraint, for it is a light that darkness cannot overcome. The story of your life is far from complete. The chapters yet to be written are filled with triumph, love, and purpose. And although the path may sometimes seem steep or uncertain, remember that each step is guided, each challenge is orchestrated, and each victory is preordained by the one who has already intervened to protect you. Heaven watches your response. Angels, saints, and even the Most High Himself wait to see how you will rise. This is not merely a test, it is a sacred invitation. Will you step forward and embrace what has been preserved for you? Will you claim the mercy and grace that altered your destiny? Will you allow the gifts of heaven to flow through your life and into the world? Beloved, the answer lies within you. I am here, weeping, rejoicing, and pleading, but the choice must come from your own heart. Open it fully, and the rivers of heaven will flow through you. Open it partially, and you will find yourself still blessed, yet not fully aligned with the purpose for which you were saved. Ignore it, and the opportunity may pass, for heaven's extraordinary interventions are rare and precious. Know this, your life matters. Your spirit matters. The love, mercy, and grace that saved you were not given lightly. They were invested in you because you are chosen, you are destined, and you are beloved beyond measure. Beloved child of light, I see the flicker of faith within you, fragile yet unbroken. It has survived storms that would have extinguished lesser flames. That light, your faith, your will to love despite pain, is what connects you to the source of all creation. Each time you chose kindness when anger would have been easier, you rebuilt a bridge between heaven and earth. You were not meant to wander forever in confusion. A season of understanding begins to dawn. In quiet moments you will begin to sense direction, a subtle pulling toward what brings peace instead of fear. Follow that pull. It is the language of spirit, simple yet sure. There will be people sent into your path who remind you of your worth. Some will stay for a season, others for a lifetime. Receive them with openness but do not cling. Every soul that enters your life is a teacher. Learn what you must, and bless them as they go. Do not despise your past. It forged your strength. The same wounds that made you doubt yourself have carved space for compassion. You can now understand pain in others because you have known it in yourself. That understanding will become your greatest gift. The world around you hungers for quiet courage. Many live behind masks of certainty, yet tremble inside. When they see you stand gently but firmly in truth, they will find courage to do the same. That is how your light will spread, not through grand speeches, but through quiet steadiness. In the months ahead, expect change. It may arrive softly or like sudden thunder. Do not resist it. What leaves your life now has finished its lesson. What remains is what your soul truly needs. Each ending is an opening disguised in sorrow's clothing. Trust the unfolding. When fear whispers that you are alone, remember this moment. You were spoken to in love. You were reminded that you matter. That memory itself is a thread connecting you to the divine. Hold it when the world feels cold. Your task is simple, though never easy. Wake each day and choose love. Even when you feel nothing, even when gratitude seems impossible, choose it again. The act of choosing reshapes the world around you. And when you falter, call for help, not only from heaven but from the living. Connection is a sacred act. When two souls meet in honesty, heaven rejoices. I watch you now with quiet pride. The tears that once fell in despair are becoming rivers of healing. Every time you forgive, every time you try again, a new brightness fills your spirit. That brightness travels farther than you can imagine. It touches hearts you will never meet, softens stories you will never hear. So walk forward. The road is blessed beneath your feet. The past no longer defines you. The future is not to be feared. You stand in the middle, here, now, fully seen, fully loved, fully capable of beginning again. Beloved, every sunrise that touches your face carries a whisper from eternity. You are still being written. The author has not finished the story, no matter how long the shadows seem. Each new day is an unwritten page, waiting for the ink of your choices. Do not fear small beginnings. Even the stars begin as dust. What looks like a delay may simply be preparation. The seed that waits beneath the soil appears forgotten, yet in silence it gathers strength. So too are you gathering power in your quiet hours. You wonder if you have wasted years, if the chances you missed are gone forever. But time is not your enemy. The universe bends gently around those who return to purpose. Every lesson, even the painful ones, becomes a stepping stone when your heart turns toward growth. Lift your eyes from what you have lost. Look at what still lives: kindness, curiosity, the ability to love. These are miracles. Guard them fiercely. They will open the next door. When you feel weary, step outside and breathe. The same breath that moves through trees and oceans moves through you. You are not separate from creation, you are part of its song. Let that awareness steady you. There will be moments when silence feels heavy, when prayers seem to disappear into air. Know that silence is not absence. It is the space in which answers are forming. Trust the process you cannot see. Soon, you will notice subtle alignments, a conversation that brings unexpected understanding, a message that arrives at the perfect time, a path that seems to clear of its own accord. These are signs that the energy of grace is active again. Welcome them without clinging. Gratitude will keep the current flowing. There is a calling rising within you. It may not announce itself with trumpets, it may come as a quiet certainty: this is what I must do. Follow that inner knowing. It is how heaven speaks through your intuition. Do not measure success by applause or recognition. Measure it by peace. When your actions align with love, peace will follow like a shadow. Let that be your compass. And when you stumble, remember, even falling forward is progress. The universe learns through movement, not perfection. Offer your mistakes to the light, they will be transmuted into wisdom. I tell you this because I see your potential more clearly than you do. You have within you the strength to heal others simply by being present. When you listen deeply, when you act with compassion, when you forgive yourself, waves of light move outward from you, touching lives unseen. You are, even now, surrounded by quiet guardianship. When the world feels sharp, imagine light wrapping around you, not as armor, but as warmth. Rest there. You do not have to fight every battle. Some storms end simply because you refuse to feed them. In the days to come, practice gentleness with yourself. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you love. That single habit will transform more than any outer achievement. Beloved, the heavens do not ask you to be flawless, they ask you to be honest, to keep returning to love. Every time you do, the music of creation grows louder through you. So walk in peace. Be slow to anger, quick to understand, generous with mercy. Let your life become the answer to the question, what does love look like here? If you live that way, you will fulfill the reason grace preserved you.